Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here, and today we're going to be talking about my rank 3 Maestro. This guy was my second rank 3, so he unlocked Valiant for me. My first was Overseer, second's Maestro, so it's kind of fitting that, first one's Overseer, second one's Old Verseer. I just thought that was funny. You guys can boo me for that bad joke, but I'm not gonna try to hype this dude up to be like some insane damage dealer and some speedy champ. I'm gonna try to temper those expectations pretty early on here. This dude is a defender focused champion. I took him to rank 3 because the Maestro is my favorite comic villain. He's probably one of my favorite comic characters as well. So just giving you guys that context. It also helps that he's a great defender and that he's amazingly useful in battlegrounds for that specific use. If he's not being banned, he's taking forever to kill. So I ranked him for those reasons, but I do think that he is an underrated attacker. He has a lot of cool utility in his kit, and like you guys saw there, this is a 7-star rank 3, so obviously he's supposed to be pretty good, but under a minute for 550,000 health, I don't think that's too bad. And he's supposed to be pretty good against tech champs. He gains extra attack rating against them, so he's meant to be good against tech champs. So we're going to start off the showcase after the Realm of Legends fight in Battlegrounds. So this is, I believe, the victory track meta, and this is Baron Zemo, and we are using Maestro for him. So I didn't really have a good Baron Zemo counter, and I figured why not try Maestro, see how he works. Maestro doesn't place any debuffs on the opponent unless you parry them. Good thing is Zemo cannot, he can't cleanse the parry stun. So there's no risk of us getting rooted here unless we eat a special 2. But Maestro is pretty decent for Baron Zemo actually. Now that we have the 3 Fury passives from dropping the special 2, we can start doing our damage rotation, which is special 2 and then usually like 2 or 3 special 1s. If you're facing a tech champ, it's probably 1 special 1. Sorry about that notification there. That wasn't your phone, that was my phone. But yeah, that was 1 special 1 here. We're going to go in for a 5-hit combo into a special 1, and there we go, 2 special 1s, and he's gone. So for someone who is primarily defensive focused, 74 seconds against, I believe, an Ascended Baron Zemo is not too shabby. Next up, we've got Future AntMan. So you guys might have already seen this clip. I posted it on the channel, I believe today, but it's going to be a couple days after you guys see this video. I've been sick over the last couple of days, so I wanted to get something out to kind of like build some hype on the upcoming showcase. So I wanted to show why Maestro is amazing for Future AntMan. For those who don't know, Future AntMan's main defensive kit, it's powered by his nano armors, and you can stop the nano armor with pierce effects. Good thing about Maestro, after 20 of the neutronium charges, you gain a pierce buff, and when you gain 40 and enter superior rage, it becomes a pierce passive. So Future AntMan's pretty much turned into a potato here. The only thing you have to worry about is potentially eating a special or a special 2. That's the only thing you have to worry about with Future AntMan. But you guys will see here, this 1 special 1 here is going to deal enough damage to close it out. So after you drop the special 2, the special 1 deals a guaranteed 50,000 damage, which I think is really solid. So that was Battlegrounds. We didn't get much showcases on him in Battlegrounds because it's mainly going on defense, but I did get some more stuff for you guys. So this is Future AntMan on Hazard Shift. So it is Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. And there's also Stun Immunity. So Maestro here is pretty good for it because he doesn't really care to stun the opponent. It's not that big of a deal if he can or can't stun them, but he does counter the Poison and Incinerate from the Hazard Shift. So it also ramps him as well. It gives him those charges. And the Pierce, like I said before, it shuts off Future AntMan's defensive abilities. So we're pretty much good. The defensive abilities meaning the nano armors. Nano armors are Future Ant's threat, and he shuts those off. There's no defensive ability actually reduction to those, to the Pierce effect, is basically what I wanted to clarify. But you guys will see here, Again, that's a guaranteed 50,000 damage from the special 1 after you drop the special 2. And when we have the ability to awaken Maestro, I don't think it'll ever be like if, because we'll eventually get awakening gems, but when we can awaken him, we can refresh those Fury passes from the special 2 every time we launch our special, which is huge. That means every single special 1 after you drop a special 2 is guaranteed 50,000 damage if they don't have energy resistance, which I think is pretty good. And he's going to be really solid for not really like long form content, but like questing content. He'll feel a lot better in when he's awakened. But now we've got Spot on Hazard Shift. This is Path 9 in Section 1 of Alliance War. This is Feats of Indestructible, as well as just Hazard Shift. And I can't remember the other one. I think there's a Power Focus node here. I think Power Focus too. But we pretty much have this dude ready to go. We just give him that Indestructible, so we're going to try to trigger his Untouchable here. He drops the special 1. We just need to punish right there. We trigger the Untouchable there. That's the safest way to do it, in my opinion. Once he's no longer untouchable, drop the special 1, and there we go. Really solid damage there. A minute for a tier 1 war fight. I think that's pretty solid, especially since Maestro is defensive focused. Next up, we have an Ascended Nick Fury on Path 9 again. This is power efficiency, so specials cost 50% less power for him, for Nick Fury that is. There's also the Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison, and then there's also Blood in the Water. So anytime we're inflicted with a debuff, well, Nick Fury is going to gain a nice Fury buff. But the cool thing about this like placement here is that you know, Nick is easier to push to his special 2 with this node combo. He's constantly teetering between like a bar of power to 2 bars of power, so you can pretty easily get this dude just launching special 2s. Right here we drop the special 2, and I am running Cosmic Boost because this was, I think, the last war of the season. Yeah, it was the last war of the season, so I was over boosting pretty big, but I wanted to be safe. I wanted to not be the reason that, you know, I give up an attack bonus and we lose. So yeah, I over boosted probably. It is what it is. Who cares? Like I said, final war of the season. One really cool thing about Maestro that we will try to highlight in later clips in this video is that he essentially has permanent glancing on basic attacks. So when the opponent throws a basic attack into you, any ability tied to that will fail. Unless they have like immunity to ability accuracy modification, or they have increased ability accuracy. I'm not sure if that actually gets past it. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But like Gore, if he uses a double medium against you, you know, you mess up on the dex, he clips you with a basic combo, he finishes with a medium attack, stabs you. He will not place any of the debuffs on you that he normally would. Or let's say I screwed up against Nick Fury here and he started comboing me and he used his 4th light attack. He wouldn't bleed me because we have the glancing. So pretty cool stuff in my opinion. It's really good utility, and it makes him super strong on defense, but also really strong on attack, really safe on attack. Next up we have Shuri. This is Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Shock, I believe, as well as Aggression Prowess. And then I think there's also some node here where there's reduced ability accuracy, defense ability accuracy on you if you have any debuffs on you. We're not going to have any debuffs on us because we're immune to Shock. Sure, you can only place Shocks. And then the 2 nodes, we're immune to both of those, but we're going to drop the special 2 here. We get a lot of crits despite his crit rate being horrible. And that pushes us back to a special 1 from the power back boosts. We go in here for a Striker after the special 1. It's been a while since I recorded this clip. I've been sitting on this footage for like a month now almost. But yeah, here we go in for the Striker, and then we go for another special 1, and that is all she wrote. So this is a rank 3 Shuri in less than a minute. Granted, I'm boosted, but tier 1 war is always boosted. If you're not boosting in tier 1 war, you know, not sure what you're doing. But yeah, I think that was pretty impressive. Next up, we have some story content. So this is, this node kind of buffs all cosmic characters, but when I do a cosmic showcase, I try to take the champs here because I feel like it's a good way to show whether or not they're like really good with attack modification. So the nodes here, I think there's arrogance. So every 10 hits in your combo meter, there's a passive falter on you, and every buff on you gives you a chance to gain a vigilance buff. And then when you bypass miss, you gain fury passives. So you guys are going to see the special 1 bursts that you can do. Just deal an insane amount of damage with all these extra furies that you're getting. So we're going to do a full hit combo, or four hit combo here. And that is a 100k, over a 100k special 2, because each hit was dealing over 22,000 damage. Right here I'm playing like crap. I'm trying to dex a special 1 like an absolute dumbass, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. He's really fun in Incursions. I don't have any Incursions footage here, just because, you know, not a lot of people care about Incursions, but he's got glancing, which is really good at mitigating damage taken on blocked hits, on basic attacks, I mean. But he's really good with all the hacks. Like, you can give him buff cornucopia, or you could give him something else, and he just deals an insane amount of damage. So I think he's really cool. I really enjoy him. I know he's not the greatest champ in the world, but I find him a lot of fun. I think his rotation's really cool. His utility set is really cool. He feels a lot like Overseer in terms of general speed. He doesn't have a cool way to bypass like speedy times. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, Overseer, if there's Nullify that you can take advantage of, you can completely skip out on like the special 2 or special 3. Just drop the special 1 and you're cooking, and you can have like a 35-second fight. With Maestro, there's no way to really like speed up that ramp. You have to drop the special 2 for the Fury passives, and then you have to drop the special 1s for the energy bursts. So just generically speaking, in Overseer's like general matchups, not the matchups where he like really shines, they feel pretty similar in terms of damage per second. Take that with a grain of salt, take that however you want to take it. I do think that Maestro, when we have the chance to awaken him, I'm not saying there's confirmation that we're getting any more Maestros anytime soon, but like if we ever get an awakening gem, you want to use it on him. I do think it would make him a more reliable and versatile attacker, because you just go special 2 and then special 1s till superior rage runs out. Whereas now it's special 1 or special 2, 2 special 1s, maybe 3, and then another special 2 and repeat. Next up we have, I believe this is a bubble shield node. So I wanted to show you guys that glancing will completely turn this node off. It's pretty sweet in my opinion, because if you block a basic attack, you are not going to have to deal with bubble shield at all. So you don't have to worry about them accidentally going unblockable. Pretty cool in my opinion. And right here we go for another combo. I wanted to go for a special 1. I'm not sure why I did. I think we're just trying to get a special 2 out of this guy. He's taking forever to throw a special. That's the only thing with Maestro that sucks right now. Because he's unawakened, you don't have the refresh on the Fury buffs, which means you could lose them if the AI sucks. Which kind of similar to Overseer. If you can't get a special out of the opponent, you lose your cosmic mode. So I don't know. It's funny to me that they're very similar in terms of like overall damage output and like play styles, kinda. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm kind of a nerd about this stuff because like Maestro is one of my favorite villains, like I've said. That's why I like Maestro or Overseer so much, and it's really cool having a playable Maestro. The only bad thing about Maestro that I can really complain about is that he doesn't have really anything that a standard cosmic champ has. What I mean by that is there's no immunity to power control. There's no constant buffs. Like, yeah, you will have these buffs as you're building to superior rage, but he kind of doesn't care if he has them, kind of wants you to nullify them, and then when he hits superior rage, they become passives. So he doesn't have any buffs, doesn't have any immunity to any power control. So he just feels kind of weird in comparison to other cosmic champions for questing specifically, but he's got a lot of generic utility to where I think he's solid enough to work for a lot of stuff that you would want to use him for. I just would love to see, like, I doubt they would add any immunities during rebalance, but maybe some power control immunities to make him just a little bit more sturdier on defense as well as more useful on attack. But that goes into the weird kind of thing where it could mess with his neutronium gain. So I don't know. There's a reason I am not working there. But yeah, I really like him. I think he's cool, despite him not being like the absolute best champion in the game. I do think he's like one of the best trophies champions in the game. Like, there's him and Weapon X kind of like tied in my opinion, because like overall defender strength and overall attacker strength, I think they're pretty tied. I think it's cool that you can just earn this guy for doing Necropolis and exploring it. I think it's really cool, and I hope that they do more stuff like this again, because having defenders that are as strong as he is available for doing content, and anyone could get him if they wanted, I think that's cool. And that's like a safe way to add a really strong character, because they're not paywalled. You could do Necropolis completely free to play right now. You can farm revives until it's nerfed and get him, and you'll have this amazing 7-star wall defender. I think that's really cool, and that's like a huge pro player thing that Kabam did this year. So yeah, I'm trying to like not ramble on too much here because these fights are kind of long. He's not an attacker. Like, he's a pure defender, but he does have utility. He's just not going to be the speediest champ in your roster, and that's fine. As long as you like him, that's all that matters, and I personally like him a lot. I think he's a lot of fun to use. I don't know. It's just cool being able to finally play with Maestro. And I think he's probably better suited for smaller health pools anyways. At least until you can get him awakened, because you guys are seeing here that my Fury passes are about to run out. Namor's got 40% health left. We gotta go for another special 2 to get more Fury passives. If he was awakened, wouldn't have to worry about that. Just go straight to special 1s after the special 2s and just keep launching them. But, you know, I think Maestro is going to be really good for stuff like War or stuff like Battlegrounds if you have to force him as an attacker. I think he's a lot easier to use as an attacker in War because of the 3 immunities as well as the utility he has. He just slots into a couple fights super easily, like I showed earlier with like the Path 9 and then the other stuff. But this is the last fight of the video. We have a Penny Parker boss. I believe this is Act 7. Might be wrong, or it might be Act 8. I don't know. Doesn't really matter much. There's Foresight, Pumping Iron, Mighty Charge, and then I can't remember the other one that was above, but essentially I wanted to show that he's actually a really decent Penny Parker counter. Oh, it's Backboard Brawler. That's what it was. So he gains a Pierce buff and then eventually a passive. And then he also has Modified Attack from the Special 2, which allows him to completely counter her shield. She's got the... I can't remember what the term is. The shield health, I guess. It's the purple passive under her health bar. You want to hit her shield, and when you do that, you break her shield, and then she won't auto block. The Pierce really helps you do that because it helps you deal extra damage while striking their block. So we want to get this special 2 out of her, and I'm trying to get like an intercept when I can, but she's just not playing into me. I think we spend a lot of time baiting a special 2 here. We finally get it out, and now I just need to somehow land an intercept, but I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to throw the special 2 into her block. What's she going to do? Hit me and deal like no damage because I have that glancing passive? We get a nice intercept here with the Foresight, and we are dealing 20,000 damage per hit on that special 1 with the Foresight, so it's some really strong damage there. Now we just need another intercept. She won't really play into us, which is really annoying. She has like weird AI in this fight. But we have those Fury passives, and we take half her shield down in like 4 hits, which is really strong. This is where I wish he was Power Burn immune, because I don't know, it feels weird for a Cosmic Champion to come out in 2023 with 0 power control immunity. I don't know. As you can see here, the signature ability is I'm not sure it would have helped us here because we lost our ramp, but he's so easy to ramp back up because you could just do medium, light, medium, 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 because medium enders give you the neutronium passives. We throw the special 2 into her block again just to break the shield, and now we are going to start cooking. We just need to get an intercept here, and we do, and now we're dealing some really spicy damage. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, hit like, sub if you're new. If you already subbed, you know I love you. See you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.